Oh, hello and welcome back. It is Grog Dug Plays Games back with another episode of my monster playthrough on Feed the Beast. Using the Echo rules that I came up with before. Although we're pretty much past most of the rules at this point, just because we've progressed far enough. Still trying to not strip mine or do anything like that. But other than that, I think we're pretty good. What I'm going to do today is I'm working on the bioreactor setup. I'm getting the supplies done, and I've got pretty much all of the farms set up. I'm just gathering the materials. So I have a potato and a carrot so far. I have another wart. I have some cocoa and some barley and some seeds and some melon seeds. But I'm going to need a couple other things. One of the things that I'm definitely going to want to do is go ahead and make slime ball, a safari net, and then turn that into a jailer's safari net, because we're going to need to catch ourselves a squid for the ink sacs as one of the ingredients that we want to use. I'll just replant this stuff here. There. And then, so I'm going to get myself a squid, and then I'm going to go on the hunt for a pumpkin. I don't have any pumpkin seeds. So we're going to try and find a pumpkin. So, a little bit of lag. And actually, let me just go ahead and grab a squid since he's right here. You'll do. You. Come here. There we go. Alright, I've got a squid. Excellent. What is that? That is a pig and an ocelot. I think there may have been some pumpkins over here. The only thing I have left to do in the farms downstairs, besides put the actual stuff in them, the stuff being the plants we want to grow, there's like the nether wart. I need to put down nether rack instead, and I think like the cocoa. Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of wonder whether or not the planter and the harvester can actually handle cocoa beans. I guess we're going to find out. If they can't, I'll have to see whether or not cotton will work, because again, I don't know if cotton will work or not. And I'm thinking I guess the melons and the pumpkins aren't going to need a planter, so I actually made too many. And I thought there was pumpkin over here. Alright, well, I thought there was pumpkin right over here, but I was wrong. So let me go find a pumpkin, or 3 or 4, and then I will return. Okay, we're back, and what we've got are a number of farms that are producing quite well. We can see, for instance, the nether farm, or nether wart farm, I should say. Pretty solid. I think this is actually stuffed, because this is pretty stuffed. It's, right, most of the farms except for the barley and the wheat farm. And that's only because I forgot to put a trash can for the extra barley and wheat, because obviously there are more barley and wheat than there are seeds, because the seeds have to go into the planter. So, let me take you on a quick what we ended up with here. Okay, so we've got our our plants, and they feed into the barrels, and the barrels are they have the, I used Java just so I could do specifically that thing if I needed to, where I've got an extra utilities transfer node pulling into a transfer, and it connects to everything even though I don't want it to. That's fine, because it's not actually going to try and put those into, there's no valid inventory, so it's safe. And then we've got the nether wart and the potatoes, and they're going strong, and we've got full barrels full of those. And then, of course, what I've done is I had to put a sprinkler on here because I had so little. And you can tell, I do have less of these. I only have like 22 stacks of these. I did not have a full barrel. And it's progressing. You know, if we look at this, this is one of the few that's still running. So I went ahead and I put sprinklers on there just to sort of help the growth as much as I could. And oh, you know what? It looks like the sprinklers actually affected maybe by the height of the water? I didn't even realize that would happen. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and clear this out and see if that helps. Oh, it looks like it's going to. Huh. I had no idea that the, I don't know if it's just the visual effect that is blocked by blocks, or if it really and truly, the effect is actually blocked. But if you noticed before I clear these out, and you can still see it, like they hit the blocks and then they just stop. The water particles fall down. I don't know if that's just a particle effect. That's what I would assume. But I don't know. We'll just go ahead and clear some of those out and let it sort of flow. Anyway. So there's our farm there, and then we have a carrot farm over here. And it's still working because we just are pulling a bunch of those out. And then let's see. Did I actually successfully do that? I did one side of it, but not the other. Alright, so let's go ahead and just do that and there. And then over here, did I do... I don't think I did both. I did not. Let's do this. So that I can go over here and do that. Uh-oh. I hope that's... Is that the right thing? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this level is hooked up and it proceeds down. So we will go down to our bottom level where we have pumpkins and cocoa. We just set the jungle wood to no so that it does not harvest. That's the whole point of the jungle wood setting, is so that it will not harvest this jungle wood. That way we can That way we can grow the cocoa beans. And you can see we have pretty much a full stack of cocoa beans. And the pumpkin. Oh, with the pumpkin and the melon, what you have to do is you set up the full pumpkin or melon goes in there, and then I just set up a cyclic assembler, run off of power from my energy cell, and that's just got a schematic of one pumpkin equals 4 pumpkin seeds, and then it's just outputting to the top and into those 2 barrels. So then let's see. We need to do something like this. Put on the back of that. Oh, no. This. And then up. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. And bring it over. Take care of that little hole. Bring it over. And then, let's see, we want that one. Put that back. And, I guess actually maybe we won't put that back. We will just... No, because then it'll try and put them into there. It's going to be the best way to do this. I suppose I could just... do that. But so if I use a wrench... Oh, it will actually do that. Oh, it will take that off of there. That's interesting. Not sure that I'm going to go back through everything just to make that look pretty. Just because, I mean, if there's no inventory for it to go into, it's not like it's actually going to try and input it into anything. but it does make it look smoother. Obviously I'm at least doing some of it, because I'm doing it right now. I like things to try and look sort of clean. Sort of. There's that. This way. Yeah. That looks a little nice. Nicer, at least. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do blocks here. I think blocks there. And blocks there. Maybe not blocks there. That's the way out. Or that's a way out, I should say. It's not necessarily the way out, but it's a way out. Alright. Okay, so now what we will... Blah, blah, blah. Now, what we will have is a bunch of barrels down here that should be filling up. Why are they stopping? Let's see. What's right over here? Pumpkin seeds. So are pumpkin seeds full? No. Why are pumpkin seeds not being pulled? Huh. Why are they not being pulled? I'm gonna have to look into this. You would think that the transfer pipe would have no issue piping? And it can't be the position of the transfer node, because some of the transfer nodes are on the bottom, some are on the sides. Java barrels should allow you to pull from any side, but these all stopped receiving inputs. Why would they stop? I'm going to have to do some research and see if I can figure out what's going on, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I think I figured it out, and I think we're flowing again. This is now 9, it was 7. So what I figured out from doing a little bit of research is I was wrong. That is a one-way direction, so it will only allow things to go in the direction of those lines right there. So that would make them go that way, and that means it's just going to stop. So it doesn't like make things continue past it, it just stops things. So I essentially just went around and stopped all of the pipes from delivering inventories. So that's not what we want. So this is a little slow. It's slower than is really going to work. So I think what I'm going to need to do is do some speed upgrades. Not mining, but speed. So that it can find... And you get 4 of those, so that's good. But that lets it find available inventories quicker and move things quicker. I don't think I need a mining upgrade at this time. I think just the speed. So let's see, what do we need for speed? We need 4 redstone blocks and a bunch of gold. So let's see. Okay, let's grab a bunch of redstone and we'll grab a bunch of gold. And then let's go ahead and just get a bunch of gold nuggets. And let's do... Oh. Well, that wasn't really what I wanted. There we go. That gives us 28. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and... So what are we going to need? If I want 9, I'm going to need 36. That should do it. There. I think it was that. Yep. There. And I'll have some left over. So, alright, the way these work is you fall all the way to the bottom. Oh, these things. These things are really annoying, and I kind of wish that I hadn't built my system next to them. But what are you going to do? Alright, so the way these work is you right-click, you get however many you want. Let's go ahead and just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I actually want a full row. There we go. So let's go ahead and put 4 in there. So basically what that does is these nodes scan all of the available inventories in the network and tries to find one it can stick that item into. This is the only one. So it finds it. We can already see an improvement in speed. That does not look like it's fast enough, though. That looks a little better. We may need even more of these. I'm not exactly certain. But we've got a bit of infrastructure still to build for this, so we've got some time to work on that. I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the rest of them, and then I'll be back. Alright, so we also restructured this a little bit so that it's a little better for flying. I just knocked back the stairs a ways and extended the opal just so that it's a little easier to fly down here because flying's faster. Let's see. What else? I need to make... One of the things I'm going to need to make is actually going to need some IC2, I believe. No, I can make it with the thermal expansion. What do I need to make? I need to make a metal roller? Nope. Roller? Rolling machine. That's what I need to make. I need to make a rolling machine. Machine? No. Good enough. Rolling machine. 4 pistons, a crafting table, and some iron. I think we might be able to manage that. Looks like I'm out of pistons, though. That is unfortunate. Let's see. Let's grab, anything here. Some of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of this, some of that. And this and that. We'll just go ahead and make ourselves... I believe I can use any wood that I want. And there, and there. Nope. Let's make ourselves 64 pistons. I guess... What is this? Wool? Yeah, I don't think we need wool in there. Alright, that goes in the middle. This goes like that. And... there we go. A rolling machine. That is going to be handy for the next phase. I don't have anywhere to stick this that's good. I guess I could stick it around here. This whole side was supposed to be for additional machines, and then it ended up sort of just getting usurped for this whole production deal. What if I did this? Is there room over here? There is room over here. Alright. I need 2 redstone, energy conduit. Getting a little cramped up here. Just want to try and get a couple things started because if we're going to make biofuel, we need somewhere to put the biofuel, and where we're going to put it is in our railcraft tank. So if we want to put it in a tank, we are going to need some iron tank walls or some steel tank walls. And if we want steel tank walls, we need steel plates, which means we're going to need steel. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of steel. Let's see, how do you make that steel? In an ingot caster with molten steel that you get from, really, chain leggings? In a crucible furnace. Or steel. Steel dust. Okay, or you can get molten steel there. The smeltery. Does it tell me what I need to make? Like, I'm curious of what's going to make steel. Somewhere in here it should have the liquid version of stuff to combine to make steel. Nether pig iron, really? Huh. Well, this is less than helpful. Okay. Let me figure out what kind of steel I want, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I figured it out. What's handy is if you go into one of these machines and you click on the little arrow, it'll often pop up with recipes. And if you search through here, you'll find that 4 charcoal and an iron in this induction smelter make a steel ingot. So we need a whole bunch of charcoal. Luckily, I'm well equipped to get a whole bunch of charcoal. And if I go ahead and grab a chest, put that there. Just load that thing up and it'll just chug out charcoal for me. Let's see. In the meantime, I need to clean this up a little bit, so I'll be back, letting that cook. Alright, so we've got our steel cooking up down here. Let's see. So I took some time and sorted this into a big barrel wall for now. And we've got our steel cooking away with a hopper full of charcoal that should be just enough to cook through that entire stack. And by then, hopefully we'll have another couple stacks to go. So in the meantime, we're going to make a couple other things here. Let's make a notebook, and let's make a desk. Desk. There we go, jungle desk, and then let's stick that jungle desk, I don't know, over here. And we'll take the notebook. Theoretically, I should be able to... this is totally not the notebook I wanted to make. Is it called... No, it's called... it's not a notebook, it's a clipboard? I think it's a clipboard. So I need a pressure plate, black dye, a feather, and some paper. Okay. So we don't want that. Some paper, a pressure plate. I don't have any feathers or black dye down here. Let's come up here. Ah, come on. Let's see. Some black dye and a feather. And then we can come over here and go black dye, feather, paper, pressure plate, clipboard. I believe that's what I want. It is. So let's run over here. I don't know why my wrench was not there. Stick the clipboard on there. Stick the clipboard on there. There we go. And then we should be able to look at it and we can do everything. So up here we can make a to-do list. And then we can come down here and write the various things that we want to do. So there's a couple things we want to do. Biofuel tank. We want to do... What else do we need? Oh, I'm going to write out a list of things that I have. And then if I do them, I can check mark them. Or if I don't want to do them anymore, I can go next through it. That'll just keep me sort of organized about what it is that I'm trying to do. Because I have a lot of stuff bouncing around in my head. And it's sort of going to get complicated with... I'm going to have to do some things while other things are happening. Sort of like right now, that steel's cooking up. And then later it's going to be getting pressed into plates, and I'm going to need to do other things, so that way I don't forget what I was doing. So back in a second when I have a list. Okay, one of the things that we're going to need to make here is a compressor. So we're going to use the stone. The basic machine casing is just some iron plates, and it is an electronic circuit. And of course the iron plates are somewhat easy. That's not it. We want those iron plates, just a forge hammer with an iron ingot. Alright, so we put in the machine casing and the circuit and the 6, and we get a compressor. We probably want to go ahead and make some copper cable. Put that away because we're going to need to hopefully not blow this up. Let's go ahead and grab these things. Okay. And then let's go ahead and do this. Alright, and we want to wrench this thing facing this way and do that. And then we're going to put the extractor right there, and the compressor right there. Place the wall, and no one's the wiser that there's cables back there. And that is draining power rather quickly. For now, I think we're good on rubber, so we just have the compressor. So what we're going to do is come over here to this. And let's see. So that gives 16 glowstone. That's pretty good for now. Let's throw that in there. Let's throw these in there and that in there. And then we will compress some glowstone. 4 glowstone dust should compress down into a block of glowstone. So there we go. What we're trying to make is a potion crystal, which of course is going to require some redstone, some obsidian, a gold block, and a glowstone. And of course most of this is quite easy for us to get. It's just a couple that are not. So 9 ingots is going to be a block. Let me grab, I think it was 2 obsidian. And we're going to need 9 redstone to get us a redstone block. And hopefully we should be just about done. There's our glowstone. So if we come over here and we put a glowstone and a redstone and a block of gold, 2 obsidian, and 4 crystals, we get a brown potion crystal. So now we can place this in the world. Let's place this. Where was a good place to put this? Maybe down here. Maybe like right here. And now you'll notice I have saturation 3. 5 minutes of saturation 3. Pretty much every time I walk past that, I will re-get that. I'll get that that buff again. So that's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of these things. Let's see, what do we have? We have Confuses mobs, resistance, poison, saturation is the one I just did. Night vision could be handy. Just gives XP. Water breathing we don't really probably need. Weakness, slowness, strength could be useful. Jump boost I don't really need because I'm flying. Haste could be fun, mining haste. Speed would of course be fun, just being able to run around quicker. Regeneration is very useful. Fire resistance, and then clears effects, which we probably don't want to use. So we'll probably be making a couple more of those, and we'll just stick them down right there so that we can use them whenever we happen to walk past. Alright, so this looks like it's done. I have 64 steel. So we're going to... The only thing that sucks about that is all the particle effects. I may have to turn my particle effects down. We'll see. So I have the steel ingots. Oh, they're different than those. Let me come over here and do this. Java barrels will auto-convert. So right now, there's the Railcraft version of steel is in there. So I'm just going to insert this, and now the Railcraft. So that's the cool thing about the Java barrels is they auto or dictionary things into whatever type of material is inside them. So whatever version of steel is inside the barrel, any other version of steel I put inside it that matches it in the OR dictionary, which it would have to for me to be able to put it in there, it'll auto-convert it. So that's pretty neat. But I can just drop this into the rolling machine, and it will auto-sort all of that on its own until it auto-balances everything across the 4, and it's going to start rolling me up some steel plates. So that'll be useful. So we're going to let that progress, and I think probably going to need more steel as soon as we have more charcoal. So I'll be back once it's done. Alright, and so we are coming to the end of that episode. As you can tell from the left side of my screen, I've made a few more of these potion crystals. I went out and caved a little bit just to get a couple of the extras that I needed. But we've got night vision, speed, and mining haste, and strength, and saturation, and regeneration, and resistance, and fire resistance. Yeah, so we got some good stuff. And I still have 2 that are XP giving. So I'm going to play around a little bit and see if those just give me straight XP, in which case I will probably be making some sort of bibliocraft room where I can rip off enchantments and then re-enchant things. And duplicate the enchantment books through the bookbinder, and do all of that, assuming that I have that XP source, or if it's just a buff where you get extra XP, then I'm not sure exactly how we'll use that, but I'm sure I can come up with something. Yeah, and so in this episode we also did the farms downstairs, we did the giant to-do list, which potion crystals, done! We've still got a bunch of stuff to do on there that is sort of higher-end stuff and a couple lower-end things, but we'll get to that next episode. The biofuel stuff is coming along. The steel is coming along. We have a number of steel plates in here. We've got some more steel cooking up. We got our charcoal out, so I got 19 stacks of charcoal to play with now. It turned into steel. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. This episode, again, went a little long, so I'm going to try and do a little better on keeping it at or under 30 minutes, but that's pretty good. So, as always, let's keep going onwards and upwards and having fun playing Minecraft. See you next time.